Did you have to do a lot of chores when you were a kid?
Yes, I did. My chores were to clean my room, to clean the living room once a month, and I sometimes helped my dad with his construction work around the house. The last thing that I mentioned required a lot of my energy and time, so I would definitely say that I had a lot of chores.
What chore was unpleasant for you to do?
To be honest, cleaning the living room, even though I did it once a month and it required less physical energy to do when compared to the other things, it was still unpleasant for me. I don't know why I didn't feel good while doing it. Maybe I simply felt that it was humiliating for me to do that. Sadly, I couldn't ask my siblings to do that instead of me.
Was there some housework that you did together with your parents?
The construction work with my dad, he was constantly working on our house. I'm not talking about him fixing the sink or something like that. He was constantly adding new rooms to the house. He was constantly building something adjacent to the house, making the house bigger. I would always assist him with that.
Would you find it difficult to wash your clothes by hand?
I did that one summer when I worked in a beach resort. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it was a bit unpleasant. So no, I wouldn't say that it was difficult, but it is something I would avoid if I could. I get wrinkles on my hands when I do that.
Would you hire someone else to do your housework for you?
Of course, who wouldn't? It would, of course, allow me to have more time for myself, so I would absolutely hire somebody else instead of working around the house, which is something I now have to do for my family. I could sit and relax and drink a cup of coffee. I wouldn't mind spending my days like that.
You will have 60 seconds to prepare, and then you will speak for between 60 to 120 seconds. Start speaking now.
I bought something from my brother. I bought him a backpack. But it wasn't an ordinary backpack, it was something that he could use for traveling. It had a lot of special compartments. In particular, it had a compartment for his laptop. This is really important for him because he depends on his laptop a lot. He works online, so it's of a crucial importance for him. The backpack wasn't one of those big backpacks that you see on people who travel around the world or who go camping. It's not one of those things in which you can pack a tent. It looked like something with which you would go to school. But it's really special because it's durable and you can fit a lot of things into it. I bought it for my brother because he likes to go on short trips and he doesn't like to drag that luggage that goes on wheels. He told me that he really loved it. I spent a quarter of my salary on that backpack. But I don't mind, it made my brother really, really happy. so it was worth it for me. Instead of buying something small for him, I decided to buy something big that time. I thought long and hard before I bought this backpack for him, because, to be honest, he doesn't care for material things. He likes to go into the world and to explore. So this seemed perfect.
Do you think giving gifts for special occasions is important?
I wouldn't say that it's important, but I think that it can enhance the special occasion. For example, if it's an anniversary, I think that the memory of it would be even stronger if you give a gift to somebody with whom you are celebrating that anniversary. For example, if I gave a watch to my wife, a watch that she loved, on our anniversary, I think she would think about that anniversary more often, and that she would have more love in her heart when she thinks about it.
What is a good gift in your opinion?
Something that shows you know that person, something that shows that you thought a lot about what to give. If you give something unique that makes somebody happy, then you gave a good gift. When I really care about somebody, I really think a lot about what to make or what to buy for that person.
Should we look at what gifts somebody gave us in the past when we are choosing what gift to give them in return?
No, I mean, it shouldn't be the only thing we look at. What I want to say is that we should take into consideration what are the possibilities of this individual, whether this person has the time to think about it or money to buy us presents. But if it's somebody that has a lot and just doesn't care and gets you something really silly and unimportant, then I do think you should take that into account when getting something for them.
Do you think others will like us more if we give them expensive gifts?
I think it depends on the person. Some people care about expensive gifts, while there are others who couldn't care less. I'm somebody that doesn't think about the value of the gift.
What do you think is important to think about when choosing a gift for a loved one?
I think a good thing to think about is whether this gift will be practical. Because if it's practical, it will stay with that person and it will remind them of you. I remember a suit that I got from my mother. I wore it for years because it was so beautiful and everybody complimented me when I wore it. Whenever somebody gave me a compliment, I would think about my mother. So yeah, practicality.